welcome or welcome back to another Project Pan update. This one's a little bit late. It's actually the 6th of November today. I was away over the start of the month, and this is the first opportunity I've actually had to sit down and film my updates going into November, which when I say it out loud, like, we're in November. Oh my god. The countdown to Christmas is on, and the countdown to the end of the year and trying to finish as many products as I can is also on. So you'll just have to apologise for my appearance today. I've not had much sleep as of late, and I have not really had the opportunity to wash my hair. Today is the opportunity to wash my hair, but I'm going to try and film this video first. Right. I'm going to just start by saying this month has been interesting. So last month was the first month I kind of felt quite unmotivated. I spoke about that in the previous update. And then this month, that lack of motivation it turned into a haul. It turned into a haul. I did a naughty thing. Naughty tortoise. I do have some empties, but I do also have some new things. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the haul. We're going to get that out of the way. We're going to do that. Then we'll go on to the empties, and then we'll go on to the updates. So if you're here for the numbers, I'll try and put a timestamp to when I start that bit of the video. I've got my hard drive. I've got my spreadsheet at the ready. I've got my scales and I've got my caffeine. So let's go. So, as I say, I was away for the weekend, hence why the haul was done. I also had quite a low mood. Few days to do with my appearance and, yeah, various things. I didn't have something to wear for an event that I was going to at the weekend, and I couldn't find anything, and it just spiraled into this mood of just feel like shit, basically. So I wanted to spend some money on things that I knew, or I hoped, would make me feel better. Whether they did or not, who knows? Because they're still here. I haven't used them. But hopefully, when I get an opportunity in the coming days, they will. So first things first, I got some thing that I kind of told myself that I would never really buy again. Single-use products. But as I say, I was away, I was staying at my dad's, and then I was going up to London for the weekend, so this was just the most convenient option for me. So I picked up 3 foot masks from Superdrug. These are like 3 for 2, and again, I thought I would need it going up to London and getting a load of steps in, but I still have all 3 of them, so yeah, that needs to be done. And I also got this Hada Lobo Tokyo moisturizing facial sheet mask, which I am really excited to use. I was excited from the moment I picked it up, and as I say, I still haven't used it yet. So I got that. And then along the theme of kind of like self-care and just taking the time to relax, I was away without my children, just FYI. I obviously went into Lush. I mean, why wouldn't I? And I, of course, picked up a seasonally appropriate bubble bar. I keep wanting to call this Candy Mountain. You're not Candy Mountain, Carl. If you know, you know. What are you even called? Snow Fairy Bubble Bar. I picked this up and I cannot wait to give this a go. Do you know what? I don't have any plans tomorrow post school run, so I might even treat myself to a bath and a face mask and, yeah, try and just actually decompress from the time away that I had. I just checked my microphone was on then. I'm like so out of touch with filming and stuff. And then on to, well, I've got 3 skincare items and 1 makeup item. So now 1 technically is a replacement for a moisturizer that I finished. I picked up the Weleda Skin Food Light. I didn't really know what to go for, and I've spoken in the last few updates about wanting to switch back to Tropic skincare, and I wanted something that was fairly small so I could time it with finishing my current cleanser, and that I could kind of purchase the full kind of kit, if you like, in one go, and have everything that I currently am using kind of finished. So yeah, went with that. It's quite nice, quite a strong fragrance, but I don't mind it. So yeah, got that. I also picked up some micellar water. Again, something I don't normally purchase like day to day for my skincare routine, but because I was away for the weekend, I kind of went with convenience. I don't really like makeup wipes, so I thought this is the kind of next best thing I've got to cleansing my face without having to take, you know, numerous products. So yeah, I have that, which, like I say, is kind of annoying because I don't use it day to day, but obviously I will use it up because I have it. And then this, again, is a technicality because I didn't purchase that. Well, I didn't purchase it this month anyway. I purchased it quite a long time ago. It's the Inculus Salicylic Acid Cleanser. I actually left this at my dad's because it didn't have much in it. And the last time I went there, I was getting the train back. So I was like, I need to pack minimally to come back. So anything like this that has a dribble of product in, I'm just going to leave here for that next time. But I came in the car on the way back this time. So I was like, right, okay, I'm going to just like bring those few little bits that I kind of left behind last time. So I've only got a tiny little bit of this. I'm actually probably going to weigh it just for curiosity's sake, really. Obviously packaging included. It has 24.1 grams. So not much at all. They'll probably be maybe gone by the end of the week. So yeah. I'm including it in this video though, as I say, for kind of continuity's sake, because it's an additional product into my life that I didn't have before, albeit I didn't buy it. So yeah, that is that. And then the last thing I got, as I say, was a makeup item. And this was a bit of a bougie purchase, a bit of a mistake purchase, but equally, as I say, I was feeling really rubbish. And my appearance is just one of those things at the moment. I don't know if you can see like how bad my skin is. I've tried to go for a fairly makeup-free day today. I've only got mascara and my eyebrows on. But yeah, my skin is driving me insane at the moment. And this is something that I've had before, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer. As I say, bougie AF for a concealer. It's like £28 or something ridiculous. And I just remember liking it before, and I remember thinking that it made my skin appear better. And I was like, I need that right now. I need anything that's going to make my appearance seem less shit. So I picked this up. I was pretty sure that the last time I had it, I had shade 1 Fair, which is what I just went with this time around as well. But I think it is too light because I tried to put it on at the weekend and I literally looked like Casper the Ghost. So, I mean, I don't know if in weeks to come, as my final bit of tan disappears, whether this will be right or not. Hopefully, because that's a hell of a lot of money to spend on a concealer that I'm never going to use. Excuse you. That was the haul out of the way. So we're going to go on to the empties now, and then I'll do like the updates of things. I don't know why I'm very handsy today. Sorry about that. Anyways, the first thing I have finished, I didn't actually have included in my initial project pan like introduction and in my inventory because I completely forgot I had it. It was in the main bathroom, like in the cupboard, and I just don't ever go in there. So yeah, I'd previously hauled some bath salts, I think quite early on when I was doing project pan, thinking that I didn't even have any. Turns out I did. I didn't have much left of this though, so I basically chucked the whole lot in the bath to use it up. This is a Sunday Rain Sleep Easy bath crystals, so that's good. So that doesn't affect my numbers at all because it wasn't in the original. I have also finished up this Nursum Caring Skin Fix hand cream, basically. My hands are really bad. I mean, they're not bad at the moment, they're really quite good, but I have really bad eczema on my hands, and my sister-in-law said, have you tried this before? Because she gets really bad eczema as well. And I said, no, I've literally never heard of it. And I cannot tell you, especially as someone who is sensitive to hand creams and things like that, do not like the feeling of hand creams, and I've tried so many to try and kind of help with the burning on my hands. And this, if you have eczema and you have not tried this, try it. They sell it in Boots, they sell it on Amazon. It's fairly reasonably priced, I think, for how much of it you kind of need. A little bit really does go a long way, and it sinks in. And not only that, which is a big thing for me, it actually helps. If my hands are really bad, it does sting at the time that I've put it on, but after a couple of minutes that goes away. But the dry feeling and the pain that I normally get, gone. Completely gone. Already repurchased it before this even finished. I think I've even got it up, set up as an Amazon subscribe and save thing, because it is that good. Honestly, if you need to try a cream for eczema, give this a bash. I can't remember if this was actually in my previous empties, the Inky List moisturiser. I think it was. And I'm going to include a clip right now because I cut it open and I was shocked at the amount of product that was actually left in there when I genuinely thought it was empty. I'm pretty sure there was about 2 weeks worth of moisturiser in here, using it day and night. So that's just a PSA to say, if you've got to the end of a product that is in some kind of like plastic tube or, you know, something like that, cut it open, because otherwise you're basically putting money in the bin. Just saying. So yeah, I'm really happy that I actually decided to do that, because I wasn't overly impressed with the moisturiser. As I say, I think I actually included it in my last month's update, but I just wanted to say that obviously I cut it open and I did get a few more weeks out of it. But yeah, I wasn't overly impressed by the moisturiser itself, so it's not something that I'd repurchase again, but equally I didn't want to waste anything. So yeah, I've cut that open and used every last drop. And I've also used every last drop of this Tropic New Horizons Blemish Clearing Mask. This was one of my focuses for the last 2 months, I think. I actually used the last of this last night. I haven't put face mask on my ideal beauty inventory, purely for the fact that I just so rarely do a face mask. I don't like the feeling generally of them on my skin, she says, having bought a sheet mask. But yeah, I just don't like the faff element of having to put it on, sit there, wipe, go back to the sink, clean it all off. It just, for me, considering it's meant to be a self-care sort of product, it just makes me more stressed. So again, I'm eradicating it from my life. It's not in my beauty inventory. As I say, maybe every now and then I'll do like a, you know, like the packet ones that you can get that have the product in, maybe, I don't know, but it's not on my ideal inventory. And then the last 2 empties we have are the Aussie Bouncy Curls Hydrating Conditioner. Didn't really find this like overly amazing. I probably would repurchase it, but I have found since having my hair cut, I don't generally need a lot of conditioner in my hair, which is why it took me quite a while to actually get this used up in the end. But it was nice, but I don't know if it's like overly hydrating, considering it's meant to be for like curly hair. But anyway, it's finished. And then the last thing I have finished is a mascara. So I did repurchase another one. I haven't included it in the haul because, again, it is just a kind of straight replacement. But yeah, I finished this one this month and repurchased a new one. This is the No. 7 Define and Enhance mascara. Quite liked it, but the only thing I found is if I put it on my bottom lashes, I did get a lot of kind of transfer-y smudginess underneath my eyes. Otherwise, like just on the top, it was fine. So potentially would repurchase it again if I had like a No. 7 voucher or something, but I think it's about £15. So yeah, so that's all that. Let's go on to the updates. Quick drinky poos. Hello, welcome. If you are joining us from the introduction, we are now on to the updates. So the first thing I had weighed, that was kind of one of my focus products from the start, which I'm kind of leaving in. I am consciously using it, but I do really like it. Probably is something that I will repurchase. I'm not like super, focused on getting rid of it, and it's this Shea Moisture leave-in treatment stuff. And we started October with 216.5 grams, and now we are on 191.6. I will try and add in the maths on the screen, because if you watched any of my update videos in the past, you will know maths is not my forte. So the mask obviously is on 0 now because I have finished that. And then we had the 2 treatments. So we've got the Nip and Fab vitamin C serum. I'm not actually sure if I used this at all last month, but we started October on 66.3 and we are now on 66.8. Now, maths, as I say, is not my forte, but I'm pretty sure that's the wrong way. Especially, well, yeah, even more so if I haven't opened it at all and haven't used it. That's very confusing. That's very confusing, unless my scales are off. I don't know. Oh, hang on. 0.9 with nothing on it. Let's just check it again, please. No, 66.3. Well, that makes a lot more sense because, as I say, I haven't used it and that's what we were on last month. So, phew. And then the Tropic Ocean Dive, we started October at 101 grams and we are on exactly 100 now. It's one of those products that you don't use much at any one time, so I feel like this will kind of last quite a long time. It does say best before July 25. We're now in November 25, but less said about that, the better. And then the only other thing which I haven't weighed, I obviously mark because the bottle is clear, is the Tanlux face drops, facial tanning drops, whatever you want to call them, that I've obviously had as a focus product from the start of the project again, because I do feel like if I work really hard over the next 2 months, I can get this finished by the end of the year. So this is the progress for the month of October. Oh no, hang on, let's take the pipette out because that's what I normally do, don't I? I don't know where my Sharpie is again, but there's a lot of bubbles. So there is the October progress. Hopefully you can see that. I will mark it shortly when I can find my Sharpie. But yeah, I do definitely think if I really do work on this over the next 2 months, it will be gone. And it's really starting to show actually that the usage that I've had, I don't know if you can see on the pipette, that it's starting to kind of like degrade, which I don't think is a good thing, but hey ho, we'll persevere. As I said last month, if it gets to the point over the next few weeks that, like it doesn't work in the same way or it starts to smell funky, then I'll obviously just get rid. But for now, we are going through, right, sorry, I just had to change my battery quickly, but the next product I had weighed was the Garnier After Sun. Now, I'm fully expecting this not to have changed at all, purely for the fact that I haven't used it at all, because, as I say, it's just fucking cold now, and I don't, the last thing I want to do right now is put moisturiser on. Now, I know some people are the other way around, where it comes around to winter and their skin gets really dry and they just want to slather themselves with moisturiser. I'm the complete opposite. I literally cannot think of anything worse. I hate putting moisturiser on in the summer because you're just all hot and sticky and you don't need any more stickiness to your skin. But this time of year, I'm just, no, it's not for it. But yeah, so we started last month on 192.9. Yes. And we are on 122.9. No, we're not. We're on 192.9. So, well, that's not a shock, obviously, because I haven't used it, have I? Anywho's, so the next things on my spreadsheet are all of the kind of nail polishes and stuff like that. I didn't actually paint my nails at all, I don't think, maybe once this month. So I'm not going to show you any progress on that because there's just nothing really to show. And then, ooh, what on earth is that? Oh, I've added lots of extra numbers there. Oh, maybe, ooh, okay. I'm guessing here because for the foundation that I was using, the e.l.f. Halo Glow, I apparently started October on 133.455.6. I'm assuming the last bit of the numbering is from the next thing because that thing has 0. So yeah, as I say, I'm assuming that means we started on I'm just looking at the previous month. That would make sense. So I'm assuming we started October on 113.4. I really want to decant this, but then I don't know how it'd work in terms of numbers, so I might do that in January maybe. We are on, ooh, progress, 110.3. So a good 3 grams. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. As I say, I do really want to at least take the stopper out, if not try and decant this into something else, so I can actually kind of see how much I really do have left. But as I say, obviously that's going to affect the numbers because the weight that I'm currently working with includes the packaging. So as I say, in January, when we do a bit of a reset, this may be something that I just decant and we start the kind of weights from there. So the next product I had is the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder, which we had 55.5 grams, I think, last month. I forgot to clearly write it, or I think I just wrote it in the wrong cell. 55.5, so I used 0.1 of a gram last month. So this month, well, it's definitely going in the right direction, unlike some products. 55.1. So I have used a further 0.4 grams this month, which is better than the previous, so I'll take that. For a quick visual, oh, that's very satisfying. I'm basically half a pot. So I think that's quite helpful to actually visualize it. Right, and then the next product, why have I got that in twice? Oh my Christ, what have I done? What is that? Oh, right. Well, this is very confusing. So the next product, oh, hang on. Oh, I really cocked up last month. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'll have to show you for it to make sense. Where are we? Here. I've got 2 things filled out here, then 1 over here. Don't know what this is, don't know what it's for, but I also don't have the face palette, anything in there. So I'm assuming that's from there. I didn't claim to be good at tech. I didn't claim it at all. So we're just going to continue. We're going to try and figure it out by maths. So the next thing, I believe, was the lip balm at 11.1 grams or 69.9, who knows. This is a quick visual. As you can see, I have been trying to work around the edge just to see how deep it goes, how deep the bit in the middle is. And it turns out it's a lot deeper than I thought. So let's see where we are at with that. Ooh, okay, so we are on 9.2 grams. Again, pretty good progress considering you just barely use much of a lip balm at any one time. And then I've got the lip product that I have. It's not lipstick, but you know, that same kind of category. We started last month on 24.3 and we are on 24.2. So again, 0.1 of a gram. So then the last thing I have been weighing is this Body Shop palette. So you can probably see that this small bit of the like contour product has kind of chipped away. It got so thin that as soon as I kind of dipped my brush in it once, it just broke. So we don't actually have much left of that. Someone mentioned in my previous update about potentially repressing them, like kind of mashing them up and repressing them so they're a little bit easier to use. And I am potentially thinking about doing that again. It might be something that I do in January when we kind of do a bit of a reset. So what I might do though is, because there's such a little amount of this kind of contour shade left, I'm probably going to combine that with the like bronzer colour, because it is a bit too orangey for me anyway. So I do struggle to use it, but yeah, I just think that might be the best course of action. So I think we started last month on 69.9. What are we on now? 69.7. I thought it had gone in the wrong direction then. No, definitely not. Can't have. Right, 69.7, so 0.2 grams. That was probably the bit that fell out. So yeah, that concludes my update for the start of November. Apologies, the man and his trimmers just decided to turn up and crack on outside. But in terms of focuses going forward, I'm going to continue with this, with the lip balm, the makeup products, the palette, which I can't get to right now, and attempt to try and use the body moisturizer, the after sun thing. And then I'm also going to add in two hair care products. So I've got the Aussie 3-minute curls, like deep treatment. I don't foresee me using too much of this because it's a leave-in treatment, and as I say, I don't really feel like I need all that much kind of conditioning right now, but I do want to try and use it a bit more. Might use that on my daughter's hair as well. And then I'm going to also add in this Charles Worthington Volume and Bounce Body Booster Mousse. So I've been trying to use more kind of styling products on my hair recently. Not today, obvs. But I am also going to weigh these. So we're going to go up to the top because they are in my inventory. What did that do? There we are. So we are starting this month with 228.9. And then the mousse is on 168.3. So there we go. That is everything. I think we've hauled, we've emptied, we've weighed, we've done a lot. We've done a lot. Hopefully for the next 2 months we'll be good. No more purchases, a lot more empties. If you want to see how I get on, of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.